Now at 5, the Cleveland Browns have their new head coach.
He wasn't on my radar. I thought we were going to get McDaniels.
A name not many expected is leading to a lot of different reactions.
Don't know much about the guy, but definitely looking forward to potentially winning a couple more games with him.
And a lot of different questions of what happens next.
Part of me thinks that they're just kind of riding these next 2 to 3 years out.
As every typical Browns fan does, it probably won't go our way, but I always have hope that we're going to win.
And welcome in tonight. I'm Damon Maloney.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Tracy Carlis. Katie Houston has the night off, and we start tonight with the big news from the Browns. After weeks of interviews, there is a new head coach.
And tonight we have team coverage on the hiring of Todd Monken. Sports director John Doss and News 5's John Kosick are standing by. But let's begin here with sports reporter Cameron Justice. She's kicking things off tonight live in Berea.
Yeah, guys, the search for a new Browns head coach began the day after the regular season ended when the team fired then head coach Kevin Stefanski. 10 candidates, and over 3 weeks later, the Browns made their decision and named Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken the team's 19th full-time head coach.
The Browns set out on what proved to be an extensive search for a new head coach.
The next 120 days are crucial for the organization, okay? We've got to find the right head coach. We've got to be efficient again in free agency. We are solely focused on having a great 120 days so we can start winning games around here.
That included 10 different candidates the team interviewed, and by Tuesday had narrowed that list down to a final 4. Current defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, Rams pass game coordinator Nate Scheelhaus, Commanders running backs coach Anthony Lynn, and Monken. Discussions continued throughout the day on Tuesday, and by Wednesday morning, Monken was agreed upon. Monken, who served as the Browns' offensive coordinator in 2019 under then head coach Freddie Kitchens, brings experience as a veteran offensive mind and player developer, something the Browns valued as they look to turn that side of the ball around.
Head coaching position is so different than being a coordinator, and the head coach's responsibility is to make sure that the offense is run and developed well.
While Monken doesn't have head coaching experience at this level, he was the head coach at Southern Miss and has been around the NFL for nearly 20 years. His experience will be key for the Browns, especially as Monken now begins to build his staff. Monken will need a new offensive coordinator. He's not expected to retain Bubba Ventrone and will look for a new special teams coordinator. And despite passing on Schwartz for head coach, there was hope that he'd stick around as defensive coordinator.
I sure hope not. I hope we don't get rid of my guy Schwartz, man. That's my guy. Like I said, he's a great coach.
He's a fiery guy, and I vouch for him. So,
however, that may not be possible.
Now that's because in choosing Monken to be their head coach, it meant the Browns had to pass up on Jim Schwartz for that same position. Schwartz interviewed multiple times. He expected to have this job, and sources telling me that when he learned that it was Monken, he was disgruntled. He left upset, and now people in the building are expecting him to look for opportunities outside of the Browns for the 2026 season. Now he is under contract, so that's all fluid. Monken is open to keeping Schwartz as his defensive coordinator. They'll have to smooth tensions in order for that to work. But right now, Monken's sole task is to build his staff that has already come in the form of him bringing offensive line coach George Warhop with him from the Ravens for the same position with the Browns, sources have confirmed to me. This is all, though, just part of the head coaching search and having a new head coach in this building. And John Kosick, I know that you were looking into the history of the Browns looking for a new head coach because it's not new to them.
Yeah, indeed, Cam. 8 head coaches, including interims now, since the Haslams bought the Browns franchise 14 years ago. And think about it, the last time we met a new Browns head coach in Kevin Stefanski, it was weeks before the start of COVID. And like so many before him, Stefanski came in with a buzz. This hire, though, shall we say unique. Since returning to the league in 1999, the Browns have had 3 playoff appearances to now 11 head coaches. The January news cycle dominated in that span, more so by those new head coach introductions than postseason storylines. Todd Monken notching his place on that coaching calendar, holding now the January 28th slot all to himself. Whether it was Butch Davis coming from the University of Miami, Romeo Crennel, the Super Bowl winning New England Patriots, or Pat Shurmur from the Andy Reid coaching tree in Philadelphia.
it's going to be fun to take this unit to a regular season game.
They often came in with the expectation of being the guy who would right the ship. Only 2 of those 11 coaches, though, came to Cleveland with prior NFL head coaching experience.
You have to score touchdowns. You have to put yourself in position to score touchdowns.
Hugh Jackson was one of them, Eric Mangini the other.
We didn't do less last year because we wanted to. It's just where we were That's where the State of the Union was.
Mangini hired immediately following his firing from the Jets in 2009. Most were young new coordinators tapped for their first head coaching jobs, like Rob Chudzinski, Mike Pettin, and the longest-serving Kevin Stefanski, each looking to erase the memories of the failures of the predecessor.
We're not looking backward. We're moving forward. And anything that's happened in the past does not affect our future.
The previous 10 head coaches shared a similar fate, losing their jobs after failing to post a winning record with the team, including Freddie Kitchens, who went 6-10 in Baker Mayfield's first full year. His offensive coordinator that year, Todd Monken, who told us in 2019 he is many things, but above all, a down-to-business guy. Don't expect him to toot his own horn.
You want to know what kind of coach I am? Ask the guys I coached. Ask the guys I coached with. Don't ask me. If you want to know what kind of husband I am, ask my wife. You want to know what kind of father I am, ask my child. That's what really matters.
And Monken, who turns 60 a week from tomorrow, is one of the oldest first-time head coaches in NFL history, surpassing for the Browns in that category, Romeo Crennel, who was 57, and Bud Carson, who was 59. Tracy?
Thanks, John. That's a bit of a block back in time with all those names.
And John's the best guy to do it for us. Kind of seeing all those faces again, it's like, whoa.
Right.
We've been through some stuff.
We sure have. Well, and speaking of, it has been quite a roller coaster trying to find this new head coach.
Our sports director, John Doss, is live at Rocket Arena. There's a big basketball game tonight, but first back to the Browns and a look back at this hiring process. Hey, John.
Yeah, guys, who would have guessed here in 2026 that a LeBron James return to the city of Cleveland would be a secondary storyline? That just goes to show you how important the Browns are in the culture here in this city on a day that Cleveland has stunned the NFL world. The 2026 NFL coaching carousel has spun as intensely as any in recent memory, not just because of the number of openings, but the desirability of many of those vacancies, like the prospect of coaching Josh Allen and a Bills team that was a controversial play away from an AFC title game appearance, or the openings that were in Baltimore and Pittsburgh, two teams that have combined to win 8 of the last 10 AFC North crowns. But even jobs like New York and Las Vegas, one team thinks it's found its franchise quarterback, while the other may have one by late April. And then there's Cleveland.
I want the fans to know we are as frustrated as you are.
The Browns cupboard certainly isn't bare, boasting an elite defense anchored by the league's best defensive player. But questions at the game's most important position, and on offense in general, have muddied the waters around Lake Erie. Mike McDaniel was first to withdraw, opting for a coordinator position in Los Angeles. You can't fault Jesse Minter, who pulled out to accept the gig in Baltimore. But Grant Udinski's withdrawal was puzzling. The Jaguars' OC opting to go back to his old job in Jacksonville. So what was left was an in-house veteran defensive coordinator.
I would highly recommend Coach Schwartz for a head coaching job here.
Any job that you do, you always aspire to the top of that profession, and I'm no different there.
And a young, up-and-coming offensive mind, a mind that had yet to even call plays in the NFL, and a dark horse 59-year-old OC in Baltimore, Freddie Kitchens, coordinator here in Cleveland in 2019, who was all but certain to join John Harbaugh in New York. That is, until today. Perhaps the most stunning move this NFL coaching cycle, the Browns opting for Todd Monken, who had publicly not interviewed for any other head coaching job across the league. Now, while the decision itself of Todd Monken may be somewhat of a surprise, the fact that the Browns chose the offensive side of the ball for their head coach is not. That's the trend here in the NFL in 2026. The Browns, though, bucking that trend a little bit, going with an older veteran coach. But, guys, everybody knows this team's got to get an offensive coordinator, and most importantly, they got to figure out this quarterback situation, or the head coach may not mean much.